Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Teacher Sneha. This is yet another video for solving paper, and in this video I will be taking you through IGCSE Mathematics core paper of February-March 2025 session. It is an 80 marks paper wherein the children were not allowed to use calculator. So this is without calculator paper. And as I will scroll through the paper, I will help you to solve all of these questions that were asked in this paper. Here I'm on the second page of the paper where we see the list of formulae that we might use while solving the paper. Let's begin with the first question of this paper. Write the number 20,000 in figures. So I have written 20,000 in figures. Pretty easy for the first question. The second question is write 0.07 as a percentage. So 0.07 means 7 upon 100. So it's 7%. As a fraction, I have already said 7 upon 100. And in standard form, it will be 7 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2 because there are two numbers after decimal. So that's why 10 to the power minus 2. Write down all the factors of 18. So factors means the numbers which divide 18 completely. So the list of factors of 18 is 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18 itself. Question number 4. Find the value of 10 to the power 3 is 1000. Cube root of 27 is 3. And 7 to the power 0 is 1. Moving further to the next question, question number 5. On the diagram, draw all the lines of symmetry here. So to the given shape, there will be two lines of symmetry. One is a vertical line of symmetry and the other one is going to be the horizontal line of symmetry. Then in 5B question, it is shade one square so that the diagram has rotational symmetry of order 2. Now, in order to get the rotational symmetry, we first must check the number of boxes that are shaded. So here there are 3 boxes shaded, and here also from bottom to top when we go, we see 3 boxes shaded. Here 1 box shaded and below that 2. So same way on the other side, 1 here and 2 boxes shaded here. Then comes this box that needs to be shaded so that below that, after a gap of 1, the box is shaded. So in complete shading, this particular type of a pattern will give rotational symmetry of order 2. Moving further to question number 6, find the value of reciprocal of 0.25. Reciprocal, for that first we need to write the given decimal as a fraction, which is 25 divided by 100. And reciprocal means we switch the places of numerator and denominator. So that becomes 100 divided by 25. And on simplifying that, we get an answer 4 because 100 divided by 25 is 4. Moving further to question number 7. It is a board mass question. Negative 6 multiplied by minus 3 plus 7 multiplied by 2. So as we know that in board mass, we will solve multiplication first. So negative 6 into negative 3 will give me an answer 18. And 7 multiplied by 2 will give me an answer 14. And I have to add both these numbers. So 18 plus 14, the final answer will be 32. Question number 8 in this paper, write these numbers in order starting with the smallest first. 34% pi, 1 upon 3, 3 and 3 upon 10. Now here it is a mix of percentage, fractions and an irrational number pi. I will convert first all of these numbers into decimals so that it becomes easy for us to understand their size. So 34% is 34 upon 100 and that will be 0.34. Pi value rounded off to 2 decimal place, we always write it as 3.14. 1 upon 3 converted to decimal will be 0.33. Then there is a whole number 3. And 3 upon 10 as a decimal will be 0.3. Now arranging them from smallest to biggest, we see that 0.3 is the smallest number over here. So 0.3 means 3 upon 10 will come as the first number. Then comes 0.33, which is 1 upon 3. Then should be 0.34, so it's 34%. Then the whole number 3, and then the last one is value for pi. Question number 9 in this paper says a film starts at 1935. The film lasts for 70 minutes. Work out the time the film finishes. So it's 1935 plus 70 minutes of the duration of the film, which on adding hours and minutes, you get 19 and 105 minutes. 19 hours and 105 minutes. Now we all know that 1 hour is of 60 minutes. So 105 minutes minus 60 will give us the answer 45. And this 60 minutes is carry forwarded into the hours. So 19 hours becomes 20 hours. So 20 hours, 45 minutes is the time when the film ended. Moving further to question number 10. The shape is drawn on a 1 centimeter square grid. Find the area of the shape. Now, whenever we find the area of the shape, we must count the number of boxes that are there inside this shape. So on counting, I'm going to get 20 complete boxes. Now, what to be done here, where we see this half and half box, we will count this as half box and half box. So both of these will togetherly form one box. And then here half and half. So these togetherly form one box. So altogether this half, 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 there are two boxes. And then I count the complete boxes that are 80. So 2 plus 80, final answer is 20. On the grid, shade 50% of the shape. So 20 is 50% is 10 boxes. So I have shaded the 10 boxes. I have used a different color over here to understand the shading part. Further, question number 11. It is given as 19.5 multiplied by 20.4 is giving me an answer 397.8. Firstly, to understand all of these type of questions, what I will do is I will write down this given equation without using the decimal numbers. So it will be 195 multiplied by 204 is equal to 39780. Now, what I have to do is, as per the question's requirement, I have to just insert the decimal places. Now, here you see there are two numbers after decimal, and here also two numbers after decimal. So, answer should have a decimal point placed after four numbers. So, the answer will be 3.978, because counting from the last zero, if I will count four numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, the decimal point comes between 9 and 3. Then 39780 divided by 204. So it's 39780 divided by 204 is giving you an answer of 195. Now, since here the 0 in the original equation is removed, what will happen is we will have to put one decimal point. We'll have to place one decimal between 9 and 5. So final answer comes as 19.5. Going ahead with 12th question. CAT has a method to find out difference between the square numbers a square minus b square, and then the method is explained over here. So what we see done over here is 17 square minus 13 square. How it can be worked out is 17 plus 13 in one bracket and 17 minus 13 is in the other bracket. So basically it's a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. That formula is being used here. When we will have to work out 29 square minus 21 square, what we can do is we put 29 plus 21 in one bracket and 29 minus 21 in the other bracket. So 29 plus 21 is 50 multiplied by 8. So 50 multiplied by 8, final answer is 400. Moving further to B part of this question. In this part, all lengths are given in centimeters. The diagram shows a prism. Work out the volume of the prism. The formula that we will be using here to calculate the volume of the prism is area of cross section multiplied by the prism length. Now, area of cross section, you can see this shaded region, the L-shaped region is the cross sectional area. How do we get that? You can see here I have marked a line which cuts this section into two different rectangles. The first rectangle will have the length of 17 centimeter and the breadth will be 4. How do I obtain this number as 4? Because this full length is 17 and this partial length over here is 13. 17 minus 13 is 4. So first rectangle's area is 17 into 4. Second rectangle's area, this is the length and this would be the breadth. So it's 13 multiplied by 4. So 17 into 4, that is 68, and 13 into 4, that is 52, multiplied by the prism length, which is 100. Ultimately, 120 multiplied by the prism length. So final answer is 12,000 centimeter cube as the volume of the prism. Going ahead with the next question, convert 8 liters to centimeter cube. That's 8 into 1000, which is 8,000 centimeter cube. The conversion that we use here is 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So that's why 8 multiplied by 1000 gives me an answer 8000. 14th question of this paper. The diagram shows a triangular prism. ABC is an isosceles triangle where AC, the length of AC is equal to length of BC. The perpendicular height is 4 centimeter and the base AB is 6 centimeter. Complete the statement. This prism has 5 faces and 9 edges. The 2 triangular faces and the 3 rectangular faces. And if you will count, there are altogether 9 edges to this prism. Show that length of BC is 5 centimeter. BC is this. If I will closely see, this is perpendicular height. So BC is the hypotenuse. Therefore, I will be using Pythagoras theorem. So BC square is equal to 4 square plus 3 square. Now from where I get the number 3, the base fully is 6 centimeter. If I take half of this base, so 6 centimeters half is 3 centimeter. 4 square plus 3 square is equal to BC square. So BC square is 16 plus 9, which is 25. And therefore BC is square root of 25. That's 5 centimeter. And thus, that is what the requirement of the question is, that I have to show that BC is 5 centimeter. Moving ahead with the next part of this question, it says, draw the complete net of this prism and the base was drawn. So the base was 6 multiplied by 6 centimeter. That was the base face of the rectangle. There were on the either side, there were 2 triangular shapes. So that were of the length 6 multiplied by 4. So 6 is already marked over here. We have to find the perpendicular height as 4. So I will take 4 boxes here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on either side, I will leave 3 centimeters each. So it's altogether 6 multiplied by 4 triangle. And this is also 6 by 4 triangle. Moving further, there were 2 rectangular faces also, and we had worked out the side of the rectangle was 5 centimeter, that was BC. So this is 6 centimeter already marked. I will count 5 boxes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is one face of the rectangle 6 by 5, and this is other face of the rectangle 6 by 5. Scrolling down further to the next question, question number 15. The diagram shows a triangle BCD and a straight line ABC. And it is given as the 3 sides are equal. Write down the mathematical name where the 3 sides are equal is equilateral triangle. Then we have to work out the value of this external angle y, and we have to provide 2 geometrical reasons for the answer. The answer for y is 120. How do we get that? Because since this is an equilateral triangle, all of these angles inside are equal. So one angle is going to be 60 degree. So interior angle of equilateral triangle is 60. And then this 60 and y are in linear pair with each other. That means they are on a straight line and they add up to 180. So 60 plus 120 will add up to 180, and that is why answer is 120. Moving further to the next part of this question. Jill records temperature and the number of people on a beach for 10 days, and then the scatter graph is shown below. Write down the correlation shown in the scatter diagram. So it's a positive correlation as we see that all of the values are increasing upwards. Describe the relationship between the temperature and the number of people. So as the temperature increases, the number of people on the beach also increase. Further, question number 17. Line L is shown on the grid. Find the equation of the line. So to work out the equation of the line, we need two things. We need gradient of the line and we need y-intercept of the line. Gradient of the line can be worked out by using the formula height upon base. So what I do here is we will have to take 2 points on the line and join them to form a right angle triangle. Then the vertical line is the height and then the horizontal line is the base. So we take gradient of this line by using the formula height upon base. So height here, you can see there are 1.5 boxes up and the base is 3. So 1.5 divided by 3, that's the measurement for height. And 1.5 divided by 3, if I simplify this fraction, I get an answer as 1 upon 2. So here the gradient of this graph is 1 upon 2 and y-intercept where line touches y-axis is 3. Value of y-intercept is 3. Therefore, the equation of the line is y is equal to 1 upon 2x plus 3. Line L crosses x-axis at P. So if line is crossing x-axis at a particular point, that means the y-coordinate of that point is 0. On putting y is equal to 0 in the given equation, what you get is 0 is equal to 1 upon 2x plus 3. Shift 3 to the other side, it will become minus 3. So minus 3 is equal to 1 upon 2x. Now shift 2 to the other side, you will get as minus 3 multiplied by minus 2. That is x is equal to 6. And therefore, the coordinates of the given point are x value minus 6 and y value as 0. Moving ahead to question number 18. Complete the table of values. Y is equal to 12 upon x. Here I have completed the table for y values. So 12 divided by minus 6, you get minus 2. 12 divided by minus 3, you get an answer minus 4. 12 divided by minus 1, you get an answer minus 12. And then 12 divided by 1 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 6 is 2. We will plot all of these x and y values on the grid. And then we get two curved lined graphs like this. So this is one section of the graph and this is the other section of the graph. For plotting and completion of values, you get 4 marks over here. Then moving further to the next part of this question, on the grid, draw line y is equal to minus 9. So this is the grid and this line y is equal to minus 9. I have plotted y is equal to minus 9. We have to find minus 9 on y-axis, which will be here in between minus 8 and minus 10. And passing from y is equal to minus 9, we have to draw a straight horizontal line. 12 upon x is equal to minus 9. We have to solve this equation using graph. We will first find the calculated value. So here 12 upon x is equal to minus 9. On switching x to the numerator and 9 to the denominator, what we get is 12 divided by minus 9 is equal to x, and therefore x is equal to minus 4 upon 3. And then we get an answer for x as minus 1.3. This is an estimated value of x. And then we work out the value of x using the graph also. So you remember we drew this line y is equal to minus 9. Now wherever this line touches your graph that you have already sketched for 12 upon x, from there you draw a vertical line, like you draw a perpendicular line on the x-axis, and wherever this line will touch the x-axis, that particular point's value is your answer for x. So if you can closely see, our value is slightly further than -1 on the x-axis. So therefore, our calculated value as well as our graph value is x is equal to -1.3. Moving further to the 19th question in this paper, n is an odd number. Write down the values of n that satisfy the given inequality. So n has to be greater than 7 and n has to be lesser than or equal to 15. The numbers that are the answer numbers are 19, 11, 13 as well as 15. In the other part of this question, an inequality is already sketched on the graph. We have to write that why this statement is not correct. Now, if we closely see here, both the signs on this inequality, both the circles on this inequality are colored. That means we have to use the symbol greater than or equal to or lesser than or equal to. But here in the equation that is written by Pip, it is written as only greater than and only lesser than. That's why this inequality is wrong. So we write an explanation. The sign greater than or equal to should be used. The values are greater than or equal to -1 and lesser than or equal to 8. This is what is represented by the inequality. Further is question number 20, which is the height h meters of a building is 635. Correct to the nearest meter. So when we correct to the nearest meter, the upper bound value will be 635 plus 0.5 meters. Because we are correcting it to nearest meter, so 1 meter divided by 2 is 0.5 meters. So for upper bound, we add 0.5 meters, and for lower bound, we subtract 0.5 meters. So the lower bound value is 634.5 meters and the upper bound of the value is 635.5 meters. Further is question number 21. X is equal to 1 upon 3 W square P. This is the given formula. We have to work out value of X when W is equal to 5 and P is equal to 6. So W is equal to 5, P is equal to 6. On substituting in the equation, we get 1 upon 3 into 5 into 5 into 6. On simplifying the fraction, 1 upon 3 with 6, you get a number 2. And then X value is 5 into 5 into 2, which is 50. Make P as the subject of the formula. So to make P as the subject, we need to shift all of these terms to the other side where the X is. So firstly, 1 upon 3 number shifts to the other side. It will become 3x. So W square P is equal to x. And then keeping P on the subject side, we shift W square to the other side. So it's 3x divided by W square. Then question number 22 in this paper, it says work out a mixed fraction 1 7 upon 15 minus 4 upon 5. Give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. Firstly, we convert 1 7 upon 15, a mixed fraction, to a normal fraction, which is 22 upon 15. And then we solve this further equation. So 22 upon 15 minus 4 upon 5. Now we have to simplify the denominator here and make the denominators equal. So to make this denominator 5 to 15, what we have to do is multiply by 3. So 4 upon 5 multiplied by 3 on numerator and denominator gives us 12 upon 15. So 22 upon 15 minus 12 upon 15, get an answer 10 upon 15. And 10 upon 15, the simplified fraction is 2 upon 3. So the final answer for this question is 2 upon 3. Moving ahead to question number 23. My buys 2 batteries and the probability that the battery is faulty is 1 upon 10. we have to complete the tree diagram here. So faulty battery probability is given as 1 upon 10. So not faulty will be obviously 9 upon 10 because probabilities will add up to 1. Then after that, the second battery, again the faulty battery probability is 1 upon 10. Not faulty is 9 upon 10. Faulty is 1 upon 10. Non-faulty is 9 upon 10. So here our T diagram is complete. Then find out the probability that Mike buys two faulty batteries. Two faulty batteries is faulty multiplied by faulty. The probability is 1 upon 10 into 1 upon 10. Final answer is 1 upon 100. The shop sells 3,000 batteries in 1 month. Work out the expected number of faulty batteries the shop sells. So 1 upon 10 are the faulty batteries multiplied by 3,000. The faulty battery number is 300. Scrolling down to question number 24. Circle has radius of 7 centimeter and a square has side of x centimeter. The circumference of a circle is same as the perimeter of the square. Find value of x, that is the side of the square. Give your answer in terms of pi. Circumference formula is 2 pi r, that is 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 7, which is 14 pi. So perimeter of the square is 14 pi. Perimeter is 4 multiplied by side. So 4 multiplied by side is 14 pi. So one side, that is x, is equal to 14 divided by 4 pi. 14 divided by 4 is 3.5 and the pi value we are keeping in terms of pi. So we don't have to write any value for pi, but the final answer for the side is 3.5 pi. Further question is a similarity question. Scrolling down to question number 25. BAC is a triangle which is mathematically similar to triangle PQR. On writing the equation for similarity, we get this side BC upon the other side AC is 7 upon 5. And on the other side, the side QR is similar to side PR. On substituting the values, it is 7 upon 5 is same as x upon 10. Now we have to make the denominator same on either side. So 7 multiplied by 2 is same as 5 multiplied by 2, which is 14 upon 10. Therefore, the missing side x is equal to 14, which is QR is equal to 14 centimeters. Scrolling ahead to the last question of this paper, that is solve the simultaneous equation 4t minus 3w is equal to 11, which I have written it as equation number 1, and 6t plus 2w is equal to minus 3. I have written that as equation number 2. Now, to eliminate one of the variables, what we first need to do is must have one of the variables as same. How will I get that? For that, I have to multiply equation number 1 with 2. When I multiply equation 1 with 2, it is 2 multiplied by 4t minus 3w. It is giving me an answer 8t minus 6w is equal to 22. And then on the other side, it is 3 multiplied by 6t plus 2w, which will give me an answer 18t plus 6w is equal to minus 9. Now, if you will look closely, this is 6w and 6w. One of the term is now similar with a different sign, which can get eliminated on adding the two equations. So, when I add the two equations, it is 8t plus 18t, which gives us 26t, and that is equal to 22 minus 9, which is equal to 13. And then this minus 6w plus 6w got eliminated with each other. So 26t is equal to 13. Therefore, t is equal to 13 upon 26. T is equal to 1 upon 2. Now, this value of t is equal to 1 upon 2. I have to substitute here in one of the equations. I have chosen equation number 2. 6t plus 2w is equal to minus 3. T value 1 upon 2. 6 into 1 upon 2 plus 2w is equal to minus 3. So 3 plus 2w is minus 3. 2w will be minus 3 minus 3. Because this plus 3 shifts to the other side, it will become minus 3. So 2w is minus 6 and therefore w's answer is minus 3. So ultimately, after solving the simultaneous equations, what we get as t is equal to half and w as minus 3. So these are the two solution answers for this simultaneous equation. This question, this paper ends here. And yes, that's it for this paper. And these were the all solutions to all the questions in this paper. Bye bye. See you next time with yet another paper solution or a concept explanation. Whatever you wish me to do in the next video, don't forget to mention that in the comment section of this video. As per your suggestions, I will try and see to it that I'll put more and more videos on this channel so that you all are benefited in improving your mathematical concepts. Stay tuned with Teacher Sneha. Bye bye. Wish you all the very best for your exams.